I'm filming this on the night of March 31st. It is currently 12:54 in the morning. I'm alone here in the studio, and I know that...
Okay, David Dobrik, can he go up? I guess. Okay, hello everybody. As the title suggests, we're going to be going over the apology video that James Charles conveniently posted on April Fool's. I'm not shitting you about this. He posted it on April Fool's. Conveniently, also, right after I edited my David Dobrik video. That was 25 minutes long. I know it didn't seem long, but when you're editing an animated character for like 12 hours at a time, it gets a little difficult. Okay, can I just say, like, guys, if the big creators want to get exposed for being predators, can we give Niletech a schedule? Can we give me a schedule? Because I'm going to end up getting murdered because I have to just keep pumping out videos on these people being perverts. Anyways, guys, let's get right into this reaction video.
James Charles here, and today I'm going to be making a very important video about a very important topic. As many of you guys know, about 2 years ago now, I was involved with a very public online scandal in which some fellow YouTubers made some very serious accusations against me, and within the past couple of weeks, similar accusations are being made again, and I think it's very important that I get on camera and talk to you guys honestly about what is going on. When this first happened 2 years ago, I uploaded a video to my channel called No More Lies, and that video was a very planned video. It focused on receipts and screenshots and defending myself in the situation, but I want you guys to know that this video that I'm going to be making today is going to be nothing like No More Lies.
Okay, there is just like several things to address right here, and we're literally in the first 45 seconds of this video, and I have a trillion things to say. Yeah, I think the ADHD is kicking in because I am furious. I am fuming. I am going to knock down your door and fuck your mom. That's how angry I am. That might have been too far, I will admit. Okay, I take that back. Your mom is a lovely woman. My apologies. But see what James does here is he brings up his past drama with Tati that's already been proven to be like very manipulative, very like undermining of James, and James came out the victor in that situation. He got millions of subscribers back compared to the ones he lost during the scandal. Like I feel like he's bringing that up to be like, oh yeah, here's just another drama like the Tati drama where I got snaked by my best friend because I didn't promote a gummy. That's what I feel like he's trying to use that to compare it, and that's not a good comparison at all. So I just want to point that out. It might be innocent. He just might be explaining the situation and his past actions, but that's what it comes off like to me.
Today's video is going to be from the heart, and I'm going to focus on what happened, the conclusions that I've come to, and most importantly, holding myself accountable for my own actions.
First off, James, I just want to point out, he said the title of the video. It's like when you're watching a movie, when you're like in the cinema and you're watching a movie, and you're just like, oh my god, the character, he just said the name of the movie. Oh my god. Yeah, that's what James just did, and it just rubbed me the wrong way. I could just be nitpicky because he's a pervert. Secondly, James, baby, it's coming from the heart. I don't trust your heart, bro. Your heart is chasing underage boys. I would trust your heart last. If I were to trust a blind dog versus your heart, I trust the dog, James.
First and foremost, I need to say sorry. I owe a massive apology to anybody that I've hurt or anybody that I made uncomfortable with my actions. And I also want to say I'm sorry to my friends, family, and fans that have to watch another one of these videos because you shouldn't have to, and this is really, really embarrassing. When this all started online a few weeks ago, it sparked a large conversation, and many people have shared their thoughts and opinions, and I want to take some time to address literally everything in today's video. But before doing that, I want to make it really, really clear that I fully understand my actions and how they are wrong. There's no excuse for them, and I don't plan on making any in this video either, and I hope that you would choose to watch it all the way through. I also just want to make a quick note as well that I'm filming this on the night of March 31st. It is currently 12:54 in the morning. I'm alone here in the studio, and I know that...
Can someone say David Dobrik Kinney much? Because he just said word for word what David said in his own apology. Who's running these PR teams? Did someone get lazy? Did they have to hand in apologies for these big-ass YouTubers? So they were just like, yeah, let's copy and paste this over. It'll be fine. Come on, guys. Do better. Do better. Maybe don't upload your video on April 1st. Come on. Fire your PR team. Hire me. I feel like I could do a better job with literally no experience.
This route is going to be April Fool's Day, which is awful timing because this video in this topic is not a joke in any way, shape, or form, and I don't want anybody to think that it is, but I also don't want to wait any longer to speak about this. I want you guys to know this is very, very important to me, and I'm taking this very, very seriously. The last thing that I want to say before I just get into it is that I think it's important that I provide a trigger warning for this video.
Y'all, he just gave us a trigger warning for this video, and I know what you're thinking.
Niletech, isn't that like good that he give us a trigger warning? Like, isn't that like good social media like creds?
No, it's the same vibe as like a murderer telling us about the murder and showing us the murder and explaining the murder. But before he does all of that, trigger warning, guys, I would never want you to get hurt, and then continues to hurt someone, that's the vibe I'm getting from this, and I am not about it. James, the fuck is going on with you?
Things talked about that are very, very sensitive to some people, and I don't want anybody to have to listen to those if they don't want to, so I'm just letting you know right now. But with all that said, I think it's time that we talk. In case anybody isn't aware of what's going on, within the past couple of weeks, 2 different people, both under the age of 18, have recently come forward saying that they had inappropriate messages with me on social media.
Okay, I'm not gonna let him get away with this absolute bullshit, this unfaithfulness from the very get-go, holding myself accountable and then continuing to lie and omit. Yeah, James, this is not what we're gonna do on the Nanotech official channel. By the way, guys, how about you hit that subscribe button, hit the like button, before this video starts to get intense. So what he says in this video is that 2 individuals under the age of consent have come out saying that James has acted inappropriately with them. That is totally false. He says recently, and that's very much a subjective word, and I think that's why he uses it. Recently is very much an understatement. According to our Bay Def Noodles, it's been 6 individuals, so let's not get that twisted, James.
One of them being from last year and one of them being from more recent. In both of these cases, I added these people on Snapchat, asked how old they were right away, was told that they were 18, believed them, engaged in a flirty conversation, and then later on found out that they were actually 16.
Not to mention, he claims that he just believed them that they were 18. He doesn't even take into account the power dynamic that is going on right now. He's saying this, and he just is trying to make himself, I think, believe that he genuinely tried to find out if these people were 18. Actually, I've heard rumors going around. I don't have, like, sustainable proof, so take this with a grain of salt, that one of these boys, the boys that originally started this spark of cancellation, actually had his age in his bio, his Instagram bio, where James originally found him, as well as his TikTok bio. And then James went from his Instagram to his Snapchat, so he should have seen his age in his bio. James, are you telling me you just don't know how to read? What is this? Are we back in the Vine days where you're Jared, 19, and you don't know how to fucking read? Because that's what it's feeling like to me. You're a 25.6 million YouTube channel, and you're telling me you can't read. Okay, King, go off.
I was immediately embarrassed and blocked both people. Later on, when I saw them making videos about it and those videos going viral, my immediate reaction, completely honestly, was to be really, really upset. I wanted to get on camera and film another No More Lies video where I gather all my receipts and all my screenshots and try to tell my side of the story and then just move on from the situation. And now, looking back, that was so stupid.
Let's fucking address this bullshit. James claims that when these boys came out, literally talking about their stories, talking about what James has done to them through, grooming-wise, James wanted to be angry. I don't know about you, but doesn't that seem very much abuser, giving me very much bad person vibes? Like, James, honey. And then he has the audacity to say that he was going to make a No More Lies video and be super aggressive and come with screenshots. Girl, if someone accused you of literally being a pedophile, I would come with screenshots. I would make a No More Lies video. Like, he's trying to deflect from the situation, being like, I'm a good person. I would never want to expose these people. Because there's nothing to expose, James. You message underage teens. And this is alleged. This is my opinion. This is not fact. Knowing they were underage. It's actually so insane that big creators can omit and lie and twist stories like this to their audience. I remember when originally seeing this video, when it popped up, and his like to dislike ratio was amazing. It still kind of is pretty good. He has quite a lot of likes versus dislikes, not to mention his comment section was filled with his fangirls saying how much they love James. That's incredibly, disgusting. This video's gonna be 40 minutes long, I swear to God.
Topics and self-reflected, I realized that the receipts and the screenshots and the specific details of the interaction really don't matter because I fucked up. And I needed to take accountability for my actions and most importantly apologize to the people that were affected by them. These conversations should have never happened, point blank period. There's no excuse for it, there's no if, ands, or buts, and I take full responsibility for that. I trusted the information that was given to me rather than the information I could have and should have gotten myself.
What James does here, and I think is absolutely so disgustingly manipulative, is he uses his rhetoric to twist what he actually means. So he says that what happened should never have happened, which I totally agree with, and he takes full accountability. But then he goes, I took the information I was given and believed it instead of using the information that I could have gotten. So by saying this, he's making it seem that it's so absurd and so bad of him to just believe people, that he's such a trusting person, that he believed these boys that they were 18. James, That's what he's doing by using this rhetoric, by using these words. He carefully chooses these words. I know it may seem like this is a totally raw video, but he's put a lot of time and effort into this. He definitely has. He has a PR team behind him. James, why are you dating boys over Snapchat? Why are you using your following as a dating pool? Like, stop. And I addressed this in my last video, which I will link. You should see an iCard up there somewhere. I will link that, and I implore you to go watch it, because I get into the situation way more than I am right now. I'm very emotional right now, but you know, emotions make you funny. So here we are. I called this beforehand in this video. I knew he was going to do this. James is acting like he had to cosplay as Sherlock Holmes to discover these boys' ages. Again, allegedly, one or more of these boys' ages were in his TikTok bio, his Instagram bio. The places where James found him and then proceeded to add him on Snapchat. If you guys are watching this video and you don't know what Snapchat is used for, you're too young. Maybe you're 10, maybe you're 9. I don't know. I'm not that old myself. Point being, if you don't know what it's used for, it's used for sending nudes. It's basically a dating app for children. If you guys don't know what Kik is, I'll explain it to you really quick. It was basically like a free chatting service, and it was very much like Omegle, but you could download it on your phone. And a bunch of predators were very prevalent on that app. And then when Kik kind of just fell out of popularity, kind of like bounced, Snapchat is where all those predators transferred for. I'm super young, and I've had weirdos in my DMs on Snap. Countless of times. So for James to act like he did this innocently, just trying to meet someone on Snapchat, is totally lie. It is manipulation at its finest. It's disgusting.
So embarrassing. As an adult, it is my job and my responsibility to verify who I'm talking to, and therefore there's no one to blame for this other than myself. To the guys involved with the situation, I want to say, I'm sorry. I'm sorry that I added you. I'm sorry that I flirted with you, and I'm really sorry if I ever made you uncomfortable. It is completely unacceptable. I was being reckless, and after looking...
Okay, what I want to address in this situation is James like, I'm sorry I added you. I'm sorry I messaged you. James, homie, bro, my guy, my dude, bro. You knew exactly what you were doing when you added them. You knew that they would have been so starstruck that a celebrity added them. In fact, you said that the first boy that came out with this information, came out and sparked this entire cancellation, was a fan of yours and did follow you. And that's why you went and added him on Snapchat. So you knew what was going to happen. Don't act like this was innocent and you were just adding fans back. How come they're all underage, James? Stop using your following as a dating pool. Stop it. Bad. Psst, 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 psst. Bad kitty.
My own fault. I started doing a lot of thinking and reflecting to really try and figure out why I was actually allowing myself to be so reckless in the first place. In all other areas of my life, my friends, my business, I like to think of myself as pretty put together and on top of things, and I couldn't understand why relationships were the one outlier. Why were they not working? Why was this area of me so different? And I finally came to a conclusion. It sucks, and it is ridiculously embarrassing to admit this, but I think I have to, and that is that I'm desperate.
Pause. Hold on. Pause. James Charles, first male makeup artist to be featured on CoverGirl. James Charles, the one with 25.6 million subscribers. James Charles, friends of the Kardashians. James Charles, a billionaire with a makeup line in Morphe, is desperate. You're telling me that one of the most popular people on the internet of current is desperate to get some ass. And I know what you're saying. Nile
Tech, maybe he wanted love, Nile Tech. Nile Tech, come on. Like, you, just because you're rich doesn't mean you're
He added them on Snapchat. I want to keep reiterating this because Snapchat is not where you find your love, baby. It's I keep reiterating this, but it's just not. Plainly, it's not where you find your love. And if James really wanted to use Snapchat to exchange nudes, go ahead. Don't use your follower base, and especially don't use minors in your following base. If you wanted ass, James, you could have got ass. Come on.
It's coming to light. It's really it's really looking, period. Like, I'm actively searching for younger people to be in a relationship with. And I just want to say firsthand that is absolutely not the case. My hope has always been to be in a relationship with somebody around my age or older that I can relate to and that
Okay, holding myself accountable.
Nile Tech, why did you just say the name again?
I said the name again because he just straight up lied here. If you're holding yourself accountable, why did you just this wasn't even deceit. This was just a full-faced lie. James claims that he's not going after underage boys, and that's like not what he's doing. It just
happenstances that he just follows teenage boys, gets in contact with them.
Yeah, James. Yeah, sure. How about you take a seat? Let's talk about you just happening to talk to teenage boys on the internet. Like, that is so absurd. That is incredibly absurd for him to even say something like that. James, it is so obvious that you go after these boys because they look young. In fact, I have some proof that you like young boys. Play the clip.
Can't afford a plane ticket.
Yep.
And it's like, okay, well, I can. So like get on the
Nice.
plane. And like, well, I just don't really feel comfortable with that. But like, I love you and I really want to be together. And I'm like, well, we can't be together because you can't afford a plane ticket. You're probably still in either high school or college, like a senior in high school or in college.
Right.
So like either you accept. Unfortunately, I've not been able to find that person yet. But the idea of actually being in a relationship became so important to me that I was willing to trust too quickly, miss out on red flags, and most importantly, not take the precautionary measures that really anybody, but especially somebody with a public platform, should be taking before talking to anybody. And
I want to address again. I'm just reiterating points, I feel, because he just keeps lying with the same lies. I'm just going to readdress this once again. I feel like this video is just me repeating myself and making very bad screaming jokes. But he's literally doing the thing. He's literally going, oh, I was trusting too fast. No, James! You weren't trusting too fast. You knew these boys were underage, but you tried to save your ass by asking their age, knowing full well that they would have told you 18. You know what you can akin this to? When, this is for my Hamilton fans, this is for the gays right here. When Hamilton and Burr are about to duel, and they tell the physician, the doctor there at the duel, to turn his ass around so he doesn't take accountability. That is the same shit happening right here. James knew full well what was happening, but he turned his eyes and then he acted like he didn't know. Let's not pretend this is anything different. I'm not going to take his word of any value because he's lied on multiple occasions in this video, or he's admitted the truth, which is the same in my book. So it's a bad situation all around. Let's keep going because It's literally, we've been watching this video for 6 minutes and 9 seconds. This is probably bad, but I'm gonna fast forward a little because I feel like you're just gonna keep saying the same bullshit.
when I've watched videos in the past of people talking about serious topics such as this one, it's always really bothered me when people would talk about conclusions or changes that they're going to make without actually talking about how they got there in the first place. So I think it's really important that I do that in this video. I just honestly think that I owe it to you guys to kind of walk you through the reflection that I've been doing, so you know that I'm taking this seriously, how I came to terms with my desperation, and how it led me.
James, do we look like your therapist? I think we can all agree everyone of sound mind believes James hasn't changed. I mean, a week ago, he was liking tweets, dissing the victims, discrediting the victims, making the victims feel bad, going after attacks of the victim's appearance. Like, I'm not making this shit up. James has not changed in a week. That's entirely impossible. What James is trying to do is take all that he did during the sister scandal, where he was in the right, but the thing that he's missing is the innocence in this case. He was innocent during the sister scandal. I truly believe that, and I'll give that to him. But right now, James is entirely at fault here. I wouldn't even be saying this if it happened maybe once. But James, consistently, you have been messaging inappropriate pictures to minors. It's getting a little too much here. Too many dots being connected. Don't like it.
In 2019, my dating life became even more public than it already was when I was called out and labeled as a predator. You guys, I feel like at this point all know the story, so I don't want to go back into details, but pretty much I had to get on camera and prove that I was being lied to. I had all the receipts to back it up, but at the time I also recognized that I definitely needed to change the way I was going about dating because clearly something was not working. And in that video, I made a vow and a promise to myself and to you guys as the audience that I would be way more careful moving forward. And that promise was not one that I kept. I'm gonna be honest with you guys, at the time that I posted No More Lies, I really thought that like the only issue was kind of like the straight guys and being lied to. But I now realize that it was obviously a much deeper problem, and I really wish that at that time I had spent the time to sit down, look at myself in the mirror, and try to get to the root of the problem and understand why.
Why does he say being lied to? James, you weren't. James, these boys were manipulated. They were starstruck. James, sure, yeah. Technically, if you wanna say it, they did lie to you, but they weren't of sound mind. They can't consent to literally anything. They're 16 years old. James, come on. Stop using words and vocabulary to define these victims in this way. Like, it's absolutely disgusting. Not to mention, James has a history. of grooming not only underage boys, but people he's not interested in. And I don't want to make James seem like a predator, and I don't want to put this connotation on the LGBTQ community, because gay men especially, have gone through such stereotyping that they are predators and they are searching after straight men and they just want to make everyone gay, and it's a gay agenda. I understand that, but that's precisely what James is doing. There has been tweets made by his former classmates that he went out of his way to pretend he was a girl, catfish as a girl, to get the soccer team to send him nudes. James, you cannot be this horny. I don't even think I have to draw parallels there. I think you can see it. It's actually insane, James. Get your shit together. Come on. Don't you have a PR team? Couldn't you do what Jeffrey did and just bounce off YouTube? Actually, don't do that. I do need content. James, don't leave. Please keep being a creep.
Allowing myself to get into these situations instead of just brushing it off and saying, like, it's the straight guys and it's the line. But like I said, I didn't, and as time progressed, my desire for a relationship never really went away, and I slowly started ignoring red flags again, and also ignoring my friends and the important people around me that warned me that I was going to get hurt. And to them, I also feel like I really owe an apology.
I just want to address this situation. I want to talk about this. So James claims that he started getting reckless with his behavior. He started going back to not caring and just messaging whoever he wanted, sending news to whoever he wanted, and started ignoring his friends telling him not to. And I'm thinking his friends are his PR team, his managers, his team behind him producing his persona. All telling him to stop messaging these boys. Stop messaging people you find on the internet. Stop using your social medias as dating apps. And I'm going to call this the influencer effect, because influencers get to a point where they believe they are God. And I think YouTube feeds into this very much. YouTubers get to a point where they believe they're all powerful. YouTube loves them. I call it golden boy syndrome. So not only is he a big influencer, but he's an influencer YouTube loves. He keeps his watch time, he keeps his subscribers, he does what YouTube loves. But then, someone from the shadowy depths comes. And they come and take this motherfucker down. This has not only happened to James, but we can see it literally happen to David Dobrik. These people's allegations have been coming out for years about David Dobrik, but no one acknowledged it because David was the golden boy of YouTube. He was all powerful. He got YouTube ads. He was great. He was on the level, I would say, of the Kardashians, celebrities. Everyone knew David. He was making money. When these allegations came out, everything's rocked. All his investors have pulled out. Everyone supporting David has turned the other way. Everyone's abandoned him. And not only has this happened to James twice, but I am sure it's going to happen a third time. I would also cite PewDiePie for this epidemic, this syndrome. Pewds used to be the golden boy of YouTube. Pewds then goes through his edgy phase, apparently, and starts making Nazi jokes. That loses YouTube ads. Everyone's starting to pull out. Uh-oh, Pewds falls. It's golden boy syndrome, and it'll keep happening as long as we keep propping up creators like James. That's where the key to this predatory behavior comes from. And studies have been done conducting why people are predators and why they do these things. It's because they want to feel a power. They want to feel powerful over someone, like they can control someone. And if you give someone 1 billion subscribers, give them thousands and thousands of dollars, unlimited money basically, who's to say they're not going to believe they're God? And that's what I believe James is suffering from. And he continues to suffer from it. I don't believe he's learned. I don't believe this apology is shit. And I think that's where I'm going to end it today. So thank you so much for watching the video, y'all. I know we didn't get through the entire apology. The rest of it is just him explaining how he's changed and how he's going to continue to change. Although I think we can all agree that's fucking bullshit. I apologize for any mic interferences during this video. I'm not on a stable service right now. I'm actually just holding my mic. So you might hear some wobbling. I apologize for that. If you did make it to the end of the video, I really appreciate if you hit that subscribe button, give this video a like, and comment. Whoever comes on this video will get a character in the newest Now Tech official video. So, like, you know, I have my character. I want to include some of you guys as characters in the video. So, basically, if you comment on it, I'll message you, get your socials, send me a picture. You'll be one of the characters in the Now Tech official lore. You'll be in the lore. Okay. See you guys later. Bye. Love you.